2010, a year that gave us games such as Call of Duty Black Ops, Red Dead Redemption, BioShock 2, Mass Effect 2, and most importantly, Toy Story 3. It was a good year for gaming, and between all those great games, one little game stood out to me the most. And it wasn't because it's a big game or I've seen people talk about it, no. I just played the game on a whim and instantly fell in love with it. And since that game did good, they ended up releasing 3 more great sequels. And that game is... Metro 2033 is a game released back in 2010, developed by 4A Games and published by THQ. It's a game that struck something within me. I don't know if it's the atmosphere, or the story, or the gameplay. Maybe it's all those 3 and more that made me genuinely in love with this game. Now, a bit of a backstory on the game. Metro 2033 is a game adapted based on Dmitry
Glukhovsky
novel that released on 2002 after one of the founders who had experience working on Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl, which is by the way a very good game too, left and decided to make 4A Games. The game released to a pretty good reception from critics and fans alike, and okay, that's enough backstory, let's actually get into the game. Metro 2033 is a survivor first-person shooter, meaning that you have to manage multiple attributes while progressing through the story. The game naturally teaches you its mechanics while progressing through the story. Like in the first hour of the game, it teaches you the basic movement and gameplay loop. And I really like how the game introduces you to the new mechanics. They kinda handhold you for a tiny bit, and then leave you to yourself so you can figure stuff on your own. The game takes place in, well, you guessed it, mostly inside the Metro system, and it's genius. You have to fight humans and mutants alike throughout the whole game. Now the humans are kinda easy to fight. Just shoot people in the head then they die. But mutants though, every mutant has a weak spot so you could kill them faster. Like for example the librarian, just keep looking at them. There's also resource management in this game, meaning you have to find and manage your loot, like ammo filter, gas filter, weapons, and all that stuff. Oh yeah, gas filters. Sometimes some level make you go outside of the metro to the surface, and well, since the surface is contaminated, you need to wear a gas mask, and that's where the gas filters comes in. You see, a gas filter gives you 3 minutes of breathing time, and if the gas filter runs out, you basically suffocate to death. Now let's talk about the story of Metro 2033. Metro 2033 story follows Artyom, a 23-year-old man on his first adventure outside his home station. The game starts with you and a man called Miller heading towards a big tower and then getting ambushed by some watchmen. You wake up 8 days before, you go talk to your stepfather and meet a man named Hunter. You fight some watchmen and then Hunter goes to fight the watchman alone. But before he goes, Hunter gives you a mission in case he doesn't return. To find somebody named Miller, and well, you guessed it, he does not return. And that's where Artyom's stories begin. I kinda like Metro 2033 story since it's kinda grounded. It's the first entry in the series, so the story is chill and mysterious, making you ask questions about some choices you do, and what is even your role on the bigger picture. Speaking about choices, karma is the developer way of saying that your choices do matter. You do good stuff, you get good karma, you do bad stuff, you get bad karma. The game shows you that you have made a choice by the screen lighting up, either blue or red every time you do a good thing or a bad thing. Do good things and you get the good ending, do bad things and you get the bad ending. Now the karma system in this game is kinda decent. You don't have to follow a good karma guide to get the good ending, unlike Metro Last Light. Some choices are dumb, but it's mostly decent all around. Now let's talk about the most important thing in all Metro games, and that is... Now the atmosphere in Metro 2033 is top notch. This is the whole reason why I actually got into the Metro series, and I'm kinda disappointed that all the other Metro games don't have the same atmosphere as Metro 2033. And the thing I'm talking about is how everything in Metro 2033 feels alive. People having conversation with each other, the cold yet cozy feeling you get once you reach a safe place, people just trying to survive in the Metro is such a feeling that cannot be explained by words. You need to experience this by yourself. And the atmosphere is also held by the massively underrated soundtrack the game has. I recommend all of you to play Metro 2033 and experience it for yourself. So, Metro 2033 is an amazing first entry to the series. The story, the gameplay, the mechanics are all great, and things are only going to get better. Overall, Metro 2033 is an amazing game, and you should definitely check it out. Thank you guys for watching, and there is still 2 more games I need to talk about. Metro Last Light is the sequel to Metro 2033 that came out in 2013. Now at first glance, Metro Last Light is a pretty generic sequel to Metro 2033. I mean, there isn't a lot of new mechanics in Metro Last Light that differ from 2033. I'm talking about the Redux version, by the way. So why do a lot of people have Metro Last Light as their favorite Metro game? Well, Metro Last Light's story is pretty big, bigger than the last Metro game, not in terms of character development, but in terms of set pieces and tying up the last pieces of Metro 2033 story. Metro Last Light revolves around the Dark Ones a lot, and what Artyom did to the Dark Ones. Honestly, I did not really enjoy Last Light's story for some reason. It was probably due to how characters in Metro Last Light didn't play a big part of the story. I mean, they introduced Pavel and a mean woman to the game, but wait, mean woman who literally bullies you at the start of the game suddenly likes you at the end of the game? Even though you barely interacted with her at all? Yeah, I know, it's pretty dumb. But like I said, the main focus in this game is about the Dark Ones and how they are not the bad guys but actually the good guys. I can definitely see why people have Metro Last Light as their favorite Metro game in terms of story, but again, it was a meh for me. But the gameplay though? Gameplay in Metro Last Light is literally similar to Metro 2033 in every way possible, and that's not really a negative point, cause why change something that ain't broken? One thing I like though about Metro Last Light is the set pieces. The amount of cool set pieces in this game is definitely why people think this game is the superior Metro game. Like the train set piece or the River of Fate set piece, it's just masterpiece. But yeah, Metro Last Light gameplay is pretty cool apart from the shitty kart sections. Talking about shitty things. The karma system in this game sucks ass. You have to play the game exactly like how the devs intended in order to get the good ending, which is the real ending by the way. If you mess up even once, you get bad karma and get the bad ending, which is honestly, it's not really that bad. It's actually kind of a bittersweet ending to be honest, but yeah, the karma system isn't good. Metro Last Light is a fucking good sequel to Metro 2033. Is it the best Metro game? No, fuck no. But hey, that's my opinion. I'ma do a Metro tier list at the end of the video, so stick around to the end to see my Metro tier list. And now finally, Metro Exodus is amazing. Released back in 2019 and developed by 4A Games and published by Deep Silver, Metro Exodus exceeded all of my expectations. From story to gameplay to even levels, this game is fucking amazing. So let's start off with the gameplay, cause that's the thing that changed the most. Metro Exodus is an open world game. Look, I know open world games are not really that good except for a few, but trust me, this game is one of those few open world games that are actually good. Now first of all, this game isn't even open world but open zone. You will be fighting mutants and humans enemies in the open zone a lot, and there is a lot of stuff to do in all zones, and unlike other open world games where you have collectibles and shitty side quests, Metro Exodus feels like Elden Ring in a way where you do a side quest and explore the world not because it's a checklist you have to check, but because it was something that you actually felt like doing. Side quests are also a way to get good karma in this game, which I'll be talking about the karma system later on. Metro Exodus also has enemy camps where you have to clear them in order to either get some loot to craft ammo or get upgrades to your equipments. Overall, the gameplay in Metro Exodus is actually peak Metro gameplay, unless you play on the hardest difficulty and get one-tapped by a guy 500 meters away with a rifle. Metro Exodus story is super good. You still play as Artyom, but rather than you getting a mission from Miller or Hunter to stop a war, you're actually doing your own thing, looking for a place to live outside of the metro where the air isn't contaminated. And guess what? The woman who was mean to you last game is now your wife, so GG's. After following a train and nearly getting killed, you find out that Miller knew about the outside world and didn't tell no one. So now you will have to venture outside the metros in order to find a habitable place using the train you acquired and allies you find on your way. It's genuinely a good story. You have a motive to follow through the story rather than, I'm just doing this just so I can beat the game. It's genuinely one of the best Metro stories to me, and the open world really helps too. Metro Exodus has 11 levels. Yes, it's way less than any of the other Metro games had, but all these levels are open-ended, meaning that if you were like me, you will spend 10 hours on the first zone of the game alone. Every level here is very good, well except the desert one, but we don't talk about it. Overall, the levels in this game are pretty good, so is the karma system for once. The karma system in this game looks unpleasant, but trust me, it is there. There is no choose this choice for good ending or choose this choice for bad ending. The karma system is there but hidden. It's mostly in the side quest. If you listen to the conversation and actually try to help the people next to you, then I'm pretty sure you will get the good ending on this game. So Metro Exodus is an amazing game. A game that managed to make a first-person shooter open-world game not feel boring and bad. Metro Exodus has 2 more DLCs, but I won't talk about them right now due to some reasons. If you all want me to make a video on the DLCs of Metro Exodus, I will in the future if this video gets 10 likes. I recommend all of you to check out all the Metro games if you haven't. They are one of the best first-person shooters you'll find on the market right now. I want to thank my friend Mitanashi for giving me a push to play all these games. I'll leave his channel in the description. I'm pretty sure he will do a Metro video sometimes in the future. And lastly, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like the video, yada yada yada. It would mean a lot to me. But at the end of the day, are all these games better than Sonic CD? Nope. Fuck you guys. Bye bye.
Probably gonna hit that don't save changes again. Used to write a song a day. It's just that lately my perfection's in the way of me, and I can't make no changes to save me. Wish I could